Welcome to another episode of The Wave. My name is Adam.
My name's Nick. Welcome back to The Wave, the weekly news and chat show from the world famous Bottom of the Stream podcast.
It is indeed, and it's Christmas week.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. That's nice.
It is nice.
How's your Christmas build-up been?
Well, I've got decorations up now, which I don't think I had last week.
No, I don't think you had. That's true.
Yeah, that's Christmas is in the house.
Excellent.
In the house.
You're ready? In the house.
Yeah, I think my last present I was waiting for came today.
Sweet.
I haven't double checked, but I think that was the last one I was waiting for.
Excellent.
So yeah.
Just wrapping now.
Sure.
How are you with wrapping?
I think passable.
Yeah, that's how I'd say I was.
But not talented.
Yeah, same. Absolutely the same.
Would be my honest self-assessment.
Same.
Not the worst.
Yeah, I've seen worse, but I've also seen better.
Yeah.
Cool. Good.
How about you?
What?
Christmas?
Yeah, I think so.
Prepared?
It'd be nice if work was finished, but it isn't.
Okay.
So, and they've given us next Friday afternoon off.
Right.
But we have to make the time up.
Oh, that's
It's like
not really a Christmas
No,
gift.
it's not. So I've got to work longer days next
We'd
week.
be like, can I just stay?
Yeah, but apparently no. That's stupid. I've also got a bit of a cold, so if you hear me sniffling and coughing during this episode, I apologise.
A lovely Christmas cold.
Everybody at work's got a cold. It's ridiculous.
Oh, yeah.
It's like we all just share it around the office.
Yeah. This is what happens in these
It is cold, though.
environments.
It was minus 9.5 in my car yesterday morning.
Oh, I know.
Ridiculous.
I don't think we've been above freezing for about a week now.
No, there's like 8 layers of frost. It looks like it snowed in my garden.
Yeah.
But there's like 8 layers of frost on top of frost.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I can't think of any other country that has a temperature shift like we do. It was 42 degrees in the summer, and now it's minus 10. That's a 53-degree temperature shift.
I think it's going to be like 10 by Tuesday.
Yeah, apparently it's going to get warmer, so madness.
Back in the shorts. That's my plan anyway.
No, I won't be in shorts now till June. News? Shall we do some Netflix news?
Let's do the news.
Straight in, shall we?
We're going to start with non-Netflix news this week, though.
Just mix it up a little bit.
Because I think probably a story we've been tracking over the last few weeks.
Yes.
And it is certainly making the headlines is the ongoing saga of DC Studios.
Yes.
And I don't know, to be honest, if the actual movies are going to be able to live up to the real life drama that seems to be playing
I think they just
out.
make a movie about this.
But having said but a month or two ago that he was coming back as Superman and indeed cameoing in Black Adam.
Yeah.
Henry Cavill is out.
Yeah, he's done.
He is not coming back because James Gunn has said he's writing a younger Superman movie.
Yeah. I mean, why is he writing a Superman movie at all is the question, but he is.
So Cavill is now lost.
He's not had a good week, old
The Witcher
HC,
job.
has he? So do you feel like he quit The Witcher to be Superman and now he's lost Superman?
I think that would be an easy leap to make. I suspect it is more complicated.
Yeah, I imagine it is, yeah.
But the timing isn't great.
No. There was rumours he was going back to The Witcher, which he had to debunk as well. I saw that on Instagram.
I don't think you can do that.
No,
someone else has been cast and signed up.
But people are not happy about that, so I think that was maybe more wishful thinking than anything else.
Cavill wrote, "I will, after all, not be returning as Superman after being told by the studio to announce my return back in October. This news isn't the easiest, but that's life. Changing of a guard is something that happens, and I respect that."
It makes you wonder how last minute this James Gunn hiring was. Because if the studios are saying, yeah, announce it, and then they hire a new leader, and then he's like, no, fuck off.
Yeah.
How last minute was that?
Well, yes, exactly.
I don't know. It's
these guys
chaos.
have got this 10-year plan, but there's obviously nothing there above them in the hierarchy. It's
chaos.
Still the scattergun as ever.
I think he's going to be James Bond. That rumour's around as well.
Well, there's a couple of bits, isn't there? I mean, he'd be the henchest Bond.
They really would, yeah.
But I think he'd be a good Bond.
Yeah. Can't see why not.
But there's something else.
There is. Yeah, I saw this today.
Cavill
His
looks
name's
like
just been all over the news this week.
he could be attached to. And this guy is a well-known geek.
Yes.
Isn't he? We went through the whole, with The Witcher, his his sort of obsessiveness with that, a fan of the books.
Yeah.
Is a guy who builds his own PCs. He paints miniatures.
Yes.
And guess what?
What sort of loser does that?
Cavill has been linked with an adaptation, a TV series adaptation that many people believe Amazon are about to get over the line and agree a deal for, and that is that of Warhammer 40,000.
Cool, okay.
Which people are well up for.
Yeah, I know a couple of people who are well up for it who will be listening right now, but it's never been something that I really know much about, to be honest.
Amazon, it is believed close to sealing a deal that would enable them to, adapt that into TV series / movies / universe. That's basically. Am I about to offend loads of people?
Do it. It's funny.
Dungeons and Dragons in space.
Yeah, I think it probably is. It sounds about right.
With like badass armor and aliens and
yeah,
yeah,
little figures that people paint.
He'd be good in that.
Yeah, I'm sure he'd be good in anything. He just
good.
needs somebody to let him do something.
Do you think he's had a hard...
These last couple of weeks...
Do you think he's had a tough deal with Superman? Because
he's
probably could have been a better Superman, but hadn't really got the...
Yeah, the two movies.
He's not been helped by the script and the timing and the...
No, not at all.
I
mean, you can't see anybody... Tell me there's anybody who looks more like Superman than...
No, I agree.
Guy.
I agree.
So... Yeah, I think he's not at the best of weeks, so that hopefully that Warhammer stuff will come off.
I'm sure he'll fall on his feet.
Yeah. Next.
Let's switch back to Netflix news.
Yeah.
And talk about a few stats that have started to come in on the Netflix ad tier.
Oh, okay. Go for it.
It's not great news. I mean,
right.
Shares this week of Netflix fell more than 8%. Wiping approximately $11.5 billion from the company's stock market value.
Jesus.
Because mostly this is based on the theory that the advertising funded tier has got off to a bad start.
Right.
Falling short of the numbers that Netflix guaranteed its advertisers they would get. No specific number of subscribers on this tier have been released yet, but it is believed that they've only pulled in around 80% of the numbers that they promised.
Interesting.
So Netflix has had to offer a lot of these advertisers refunds on adverts.
Oh wow!
Because they had contracts saying we guarantee you will have your ads will be in front of this many viewers.
So maybe it wasn't the price putting people off after all; it was the content. Maybe
possibly, yeah. So I mean, if it's 80% in 6 weeks, something like that of their target, but yeah, got to go with a small print.
It was always a gamble, wasn't it?
Got to go with a small print.
It was an untested market that they didn't know anything about. It was an interesting one, and it was always a gamble. So it'd be interesting to see what happens next.
Another interesting thing on this is that it is rumored that Netflix was also selling ads at a higher price than Disney Plus have been hawking theirs at.
Oh, really? Okay.
As well. So, yeah.
Well, that is interesting.
Yeah. There you
go. Okay. We'll keep our eye on that one. That could go either way.
Yeah, I'm sure there will be more stats coming as we move into 2023. Cancellation news.
This is big
on
news.
Netflix. And that is that it doesn't matter. The details are Warrior Nun is no more at Netflix.
Yeah, it's crazy. Nobody saw that coming. Warrior Nun does really well.
Yeah,
really well. Like really good numbers.
It does, and it's been top of the charts since it's been released a couple of times. Since season 2 has been released. Oh well, it's not happening anymore.
Crazy.
I mean, I know we say this before, and I know it's not exactly sort of witchy and vampire-y, but it still sort of falls in the sort of fantasy
realms,
swords and sorcery type stuff that Netflix do have a lot of.
Yeah.
So in the last few months, couple of months, maybe 3 months, we've now seen Warrior Nun cancelled, First Kill cancelled, and Fate the Winx saga cancelled.
All gone.
It does feel they're all sort of in the same wheelhouse, doesn't it?
You've got to feel like they've all got the same sort of fans as well. Netflix is pissing off the same people over and over again. The same same person's watching all 3 of those series.
Maybe. Oh, my favourites. This is why we can't have nice things.
Yeah, exactly. But there'll be some science somewhere that's told them to do that.
Sure.
So it'd be. But I was really surprised when I saw that come up in the week. I always thought that was like a really popular show.
Very soon after within a month of the
within a month,
the second series.
Yeah, definitely
being released. Okay, we've talked also in the last few weeks a bit about Netflix wanting to get into live sport, which Ted Sarandos kind of denied for now in that interview we talked about a couple of weeks ago. But what Netflix have definitely been, I guess you'd say, one of the leading lights on is the sports documentary.
Yeah.
The sort of partnership with major sports leagues. We know that Drive to Survive has been a big hit. You know, their fly on the wall Formula One show.
Yeah, massive hit.
Well, and also they've got, I think it's about the second week in July, a tennis behind the scenes fly on the wall. Exactly the same format, basically, but following the sort of the ATP tennis tour. Well, they're also close to closing a deal, because once you find a formula that works, you've got to absolutely flog it as much as you can. A deal with
Netflix's whole business model.
Rugby Union.
Okay.
To basically make the same program but about rugby.
Right.
Any of these interest you?
No. I don't understand rugby. I never have.
Drive to Survive has been a massive. They reckon has pulled in a lot of new viewers.
Yeah, I'm sure it has.
One,
people love
which I think is one of the most boring sports that you can get.
Couldn't agree more. Could not agree more.
Tennis, not so much. Rugby, I don't know.
No, none of them really interest me.
I don't want to be in any of these sweaty changing rooms. I don't think.
I didn't say that.
Because there's been a few sort of ins and outs of as some of the drama in Drive to Survive being sort of inauthentically generated.
It gets that leveled at it quite often, doesn't it?
It does. Well, let's see what happens with the upcoming tennis one, and then if this deal gets signed, rugby and the Six Nations it would focus on, which is the international one of the international tournaments.
Interesting.
Isn't it?
Okay.
So.
Cool. Okay. Interesting. We'll keep our eye on that one.
If you like it, go for it.
I don't need that one now, do I?
No, we've covered the tennis one. More stats and ratings news.
Love it.
Troll, the Norwegian monster movie, has become, as we speak, with 2 weeks left in 2022, the most popular or the most watched non-English language movie on Netflix this year.
Okay, that's cool.
With 128 million hours viewed and still counting, obviously, because we have a couple of weeks left of this year. It's got to the top 10 in 93 countries.
Wow. I think that's their entire... I think 93 is the amount of countries that Netflix subscribe. I'm sure that's the number that's in my head. So I think that's their entire catalogue.
If you go down a little bit, so the previous most popular, the one that's knocked off the top of the charts for this year was Blood Red Sky, if you remember that.
I do, I've seen that as well. I've seen both of these films.
Which had 110 million hours viewed.
Troll is definitely a better film.
Yeah. Other big hitters in non-English language movies this year, The Platform was rounded out the top 3.
Was that this year?
108 million hours. I think it was right at the start.
That feels ages ago that I watched
All Quiet on the Western Front, 101 million hours. Again, that's a relatively recent release.
Yeah, it did.
And Black Crab, 94 million hours.
Do I know Black Crab? I don't think
it's
I know Black
Noomi Rapace. I think she's like an SAS.
Oh,
Black Ops.
Yes, I do know the one. Yeah. That's cool. But Troll's beaten them all.
Yeah.
Wow. It's a great film. It's a great little monster movie. What more can you want?
Sure.
Monster movies are easy to make. And they're good, usually. And that one is.
Well done to everyone involved.
Absolutely. Next.
News on... I was going to say quite a niche movie, but I don't think it is. If you're
in the right circles.
If you're a fan of this movie, this is what you are very excited about over the next year or two, and that is Netflix's live-action adaptation of My Hero Academia.
Yeah.
Which is an adaptation of the very popular anime.
Yeah. Hugely popular.
And some sort of creative announcements this week.
Okay.
So it is being directed by Shinsuke Sato.
Okay, do we know him?
He directed quite a bit of Alice in Borderland.
Oh, right, okay. Season 2's coming of that very soon. I'm
Is.
excited. I loved Alice in Borderland Season 1.
And this will be his English language debut project.
Okay. So it's an English language remake. Or what is it?
Live
action
version.
Yes.
Screenplay is done and was done by Joby Harold.
Okay.
Who was responsible earlier this year for Obi-Wan Kenobi on Disney.
Right.
And also Army of the Dead.
Oh, interesting.
On Netflix. Zack Snyder's Army of the Dead. Legendary are the studio behind it. My Hero Academia follows superhero fanboy Izuku Midoriya, who was born without a quirk, which is the type of exceptional ability 80% of the Earth's population have now manifested. This crushes his dream of going to the prestigious hero training academy and becoming the next hero.
Okay.
But he vows to work as hard as he can, quirk or no quirk, to become a symbol of peace and a beacon of hope for the world.
Sweet. Sounds good. It's a good concept.
Yeah.
No names on board. Any casting rumours yet?
Not as far as I'm aware.
Okay.
I think you could go and, again, if you look on the right, Reddit, etc., see some very interesting fan castings.
Okay.
I'm sure people would want in that. But yeah. Things are moving forward.
Yeah, a lot of news is going to come of that over the next year or so. So we'll keep our eye on it.
This week was the annual submission. Only happens once a year in the States, where films are inducted, I guess, into the Library of Congress's National Film Registry.
Okay, so it's like a Hall of Fame kind of.
Basically, so these are works that are of significant importance or quality, that they are on this registry of important movies.
Okay.
Some interesting ones have gone in this year.
Go for it.
A superhero movie's gone in.
Oh,
Iron Man.
Iron Man, the first Iron Man?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, okay.
Which I thought was quite interesting.
Movies
Movies are selected because of their cultural, historic, or aesthetic importance to America's film heritage.
I think Iron Man, if you're going by that rule, is probably the most important.
Look what
film
it started in the last
exactly.
20 years.
Exactly. It's probably the most important film of the last 20 years.
When Harry Met Sally.
Okay. I'm surprised that's not already in there.
Yeah, me too, actually.
Yeah.
As with the next one, which is The Little Mermaid, the Disney animation from, I think it's 1989.
Yeah.
Hairspray's gone in, the original John
I've never
Walters Hairspray. As has Carrie.
Oh, cool. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Carrie does have significant cultural impact, I suppose.
I would say so.
Yeah.
If you see how often that is aped.
Yeah. All the time.
I not even thinking about the book, but the tropes of horror movies. How many sort of come out of that?
Yeah,
that Carrie movie.
Yeah, hundreds. Yeah. Even Wednesday did a little bit on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's fair.
Cyrano de Bergerac, the 1950 adaptation, and Superfly, the blaxploitation flick from the 70s. So yeah, really quite
really interesting group of
quite
films.
a range. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Interesting. We'll have to. I might check out the full list. See what
you can do that. You can go to the Library of Congress's website for the full list of inductions this year, and then the wider list that are in there. And maybe we'll put the link in the Discord.
I will put some links in the socials at some point this week, I'm sure.
Excellent.
Next,
let's circle back around to where we started.
Okay.
With
what, DC?
Well, kind of.
Right.
A couple of DC actors.
Right.
Yes. And they will be teaming up in an action comedy. And that is none other than the Peacemaker, John Cena. And Aquaman, Jason Momoa.
Interesting combination of people. I like it.
Yeah. They are going to team up for Killer Vacation.
Right. What is Killer Vacation? Sounds fun.
It is basically a comedy where these two are teaming up go on holiday. Stuff happens. Action ensues. Sounds
Cool.
like a good way to get paid and go somewhere nice.
It really does, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of charisma in that duo.
Definitely, there is.
I would say.
Very much so. Yeah, good tag team.
Yes, I suppose there would be. Yeah. They both just signed up this week, so you're looking at a couple of years till that drops.
Sweet, okay. We'll,
Look out for Killer Vacation.
definitely.
Right, we've got a Norman Reedus section now.
Okay, we've done the Henry Cavill section. Now we've got the Norman Reedus.
And this will close out our news for the week. So
He's a cool looking dude, isn't he?
Norman Reedus has signed up for the John Wick spin-off.
Okay.
Because everything must have a spin-off.
Of course it does.
Ballerina.
Ballerina.
Yeah, he will play an unknown character. But yeah, this has got quite the cast list in this spin-off because everyone wants a bit of action.
Hit me.
Ana de Armas
Nice.
is the main star of this spin-off. Angelica Houston.
Wow.
Ian McShane. Lance Reddick.
I love Lance Reddick.
Are all on board the film, and as well as Keanu Reeves.
Obviously.
Apparently showing up for a cameo. Ballerina is... The title role is played by Ana de Armas. She is a young woman whose family is slain and plots revenge.
Sweet.
The producer, Erica Lee, said, "We are huge fans of Norman Reedus and we are confident that our fans will be just as excited as we are that he is joining the Wick universe." Again, everything must have a universe.
The Wick universe. Wow.
This is like movies about candles. She says he will make an incredible addition to Ballerina. I'm sure he will.
Yeah, he's an incredible guy. Look how cool he is.
He's probably just glad to not be playing those terrible zombie TV shows. He's good. He's doing a spin-off, isn't he?
Yeah. Well, I personally think all the Walking Dead spin-offs will get canned.
I'm not sure they're going to all happen.
No, I don't think any of them will.
We'll see. I don't think there's the appetite for that.
That series was the biggest show in the world at one point.
Yeah.
And then it finished last month and nobody noticed.
I know.
It was literally just fizzled.
I think a lot of people stopped watching about the same time.
Yeah.
Well,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It was the biggest show in the world at one point, though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It was massive.
100%.
And it just fizzled away.
Yeah. Really did. The second bit of Readers News is sheer rumour.
Okay.
But he is associated to this quite closely.
Yeah.
And that is the news. That rights have been sold for the Death Stranding video game feature film adaptation.
That's not surprising. I mean,
No, I don't
surprised
think
that's not
so.
happened already.
And obviously, Reedus played the lead role in the video
He
game.
did indeed, yeah.
So we can't surely have a feature film that he's not in.
Well, why would you?
Has he's bought himself a role just for the franchise, whatever happens?
Yeah, absolutely.
Can you
I think
imagine the
sequel's
outcry?
about to come out as well for the game. Yeah. Why would you not cast him?
Yeah. It's going to be a partnership between, obviously, Hideo Kojima, his studio, Kojima Productions, and Hammerstone Studios.
Cool.
Early days, unclear whether the movie's plot will remain faithful to the original game, but I'm sure it will. And, Reedus has got to be in this, surely.
He
It's as
has
simple
to
as
be.
that.
You can't imagine a Death Stranding movie without him in. Why would you recast it?
Exactly.
It makes no sense.
Alex Lubevsky, who is part of Hammerstone Studios, says he was thrilled and honoured to work with Kojima, and he wants to redefine what a video game adaptation could be when you have creative and artistic freedom. Lubovsky calls the film an authentic Hideo Kojima production. Kojima himself said, "I couldn't be more excited about this new partnership with Hammerstone Studios. This is a pivotal moment for the franchise, and I'm really looking forward to collaborating with them in bringing Death Stranding to the big screen." So it sounds like Kojima's going to be very involved in these couple of statements.
Kojima's one of those guys that's like, how do you ever sleep? What?
Yeah.
You just constantly working, he must be.
Yeah.
Have you ever played Death Stranding?
No, I've never played it.
Either. I think it's just like
I've looked at it a few times, and because it does seem like the sort of game I would like.
Yeah, that's
like
why I asked.
Boring and slow. And
that's a
get
Kojima
into
game.
it for. But I don't mean that as a criticism.
No, it's not.
I mean
I think that's
something that will take me probably 10 years to complete
Yeah.
because I have no time to do this. Sort of thing.
Sweet. Any more news?
That's all the news.
Good work. Well done on the news. Have you watched anything good at the top of the stream?
There's a theme to what I've watched this week.
Okay. I wonder what that theme would be.
I've watched some Christmas things.
Okay. Sounds good.
So
what have you watched?
I've watched a couple of Christmas movies.
Yep.
And that's before we even talk about
Our
Thursday
Christmas
show.
movie.
For our movie show. I've watched a couple of Christmas movies on Netflix. I watched
it.
Falling for Christmas.
Is that the Lindsay Lohan one?
Is the Lindsay Lohan
How
one.
was it?
Do you know what? It's all right.
I wouldn't say
It's-
awful then.
What you would expect.
Yeah. I think
Glossy.
all Christmas movies are.
Over the top. It's a Netflix production line Christmas movie.
Yeah. She good in it?
I mean, she's a bit liney and craggy, but she is.
She's just who she is, I suppose.
Yeah, exactly. Look,
I'm not going to run out and watch it. I'm not going to lie. It's not for me.
It's perfectly serviceable.
It's a Christmas film.
But do you know what?
What?
I did not enjoy it as much as the second Christmas film I watched this week on Netflix.
Okay.
Which was A Kind-Hearted Christmas.
What is that?
Which was, again, a completely out of the box. I think it was Canadian.
Right.
It didn't even have credits at the start. It was just a cold open. And
Sounds familiar.
Yeah, exactly. Basically, a lady who lives in a small town, a widow, falls in love with a local news reporter who comes to town to report on a sort of anonymous secret Santa who's been helping people in need and donating to the Christmas fund in the town.
Sounds suitably Christmas film.
I enjoyed it more than the big budget Lindsay Lohan
Oh, really?
Netflix Christmas.
Does that
film.
mean it's good or is it just better than that one?
It's just better than that one.
Right, okay.
Again, it's cheap. It's
Yeah. Generic Christmas film.
You could have randomly played any of these Christmas films on Netflix, and
Yeah. You're going to get the same thing out of all of them.
and
no matter
they
what.
they don't vary too much.
Absolutely.
And then the other thing I watched is not a Christmas movie,
Okay.
but it is a Christmas thing. I watched the Christmas special of Murderville
Oh, I've not seen this
on
yet.
Netflix.
Was it good?
Who Killed Santa? I thought it was one of the best ones.
Oh, good.
Yeah. It's Murderville, by way of a reminder, is Will Arnett roping in celebrity friends to an unscripted
Fully
show
improv show.
where they have to try and solve the murder of the episode.
Cool.
And he's got two guests on this one.
Oh, really? Who are the
It's
guests?
Jason Bateman
Yeah.
and Maya Rudolph.
Oh, nice. Very Christmassy.
Yeah. So, and I really enjoyed it.
Cool.
Yeah.
I would
And
definitely
it goes in
I'll
a slightly
definitely check that
different direction to some of the standard ones
standard
that came out
series
earlier
ones.
in the year.
out. Sweet.
Yeah.
I would definitely watch that. 100%
Yeah,
watch
it's
that.
like 50 minutes. I had a good time.
Cool. That's my weekend sorted. I'll watch that tomorrow probably.
Excellent. How about you?
I watched Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio at the weekend.
Oh, brilliant. What do you think?
Brilliant.
Yeah, I can't wait to watch it.
It's really, really good. You don't realise how impressive the animation is. There's also a documentary making of
Okay.
that I also watched.
Yeah.
And that really makes you appreciate the film a lot more and the effort that goes into it. It took 10 years to make this film.
Yeah.
It's incredible. But yeah, it's really good. It's really dark. It's a lot darker than you would expect to.
I've heard this.
It's not a kid's film.
I was going to say, could kids watch it?
Yes, but they're not going to get.
Would they be creeped out?
Yeah, I think so. And you'd probably get something out of it different than they'd get.
Yeah.
Because Pinocchio is a happy-go-lucky little puppet guy.
It's
it's
just
actually-
Disney's version. Yeah.
But it's actually really deep, dark story to it as well.
Yeah.
And it's more about Geppetto's relationship with losing his son and
Okay.
how he dealt with that afterwards and that sort of thing, and his drinking and alcohol and all this. But it's really good. It's maybe a little bit too long, but I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really good. And I'd definitely watch the making of as well because that's fascinating.
Yes, I've seen that is there
It's
on
fast
Netflix.
because all the characters are different sizes.
Yeah.
So you've got a wooden doll who's best friends with a cricket. When they have it from the cricket's perspective, they have to have this like room-sized version of Pinocchio's head
Sure.
because obviously to get the perspective right for the stop motion, and then vice versa, they have to have a tiny, tiny little cricket character that's like a centimetre tall
Yeah.
for when Pinocchio's at his normal size, and they're having to make all these different size models to get the perspectives right. It was really interesting. Guillermo del Toro stands next to this Pinocchio's head that's the size of this room. And he's just standing there rubbing it. And it's just fascinating how they have to build these models.
An absolute, labour of love.
10 years apparently there's gone into it.
Yeah.
And I'm going to do something now. I've watched something else this week. And I don't ever do this.
Okay.
I'm going to recommend to you and to everybody listening a reality TV show.
Oh, no way. Okay.
It's not on Netflix. I've gone off brand. It's on the BBC iPlayer over here, so I'm assuming you'll be able to find it everywhere else. It's called The Traitors.
Okay.
Have you heard of this?
I think I've seen a couple of adverts, but I don't know.
I have managed to get myself addicted to it.
Okay.
I think it's the best reality TV show I've ever seen. It's fucking brilliant. It's such a clever concept.
Right.
And it really is
The
good.
Traitors.
So 22 people go to a castle in Scotland.
Okay.
Claudia Winkleman hosts.
Okay.
You're on board already.
Yeah, it's a plus point.
They have a round table meeting, and she picks 3 of them to become traitors.
This is just like Among Us in real life.
It is Among Us, the TV show. It's exactly what it is. So she secretly picks these 3 traitors. Every night they have to murder somebody.
Okay.
Who's the traitors versus the faithfuls.
Yeah.
So every night they murder a faithful, and then that evening, everybody gets together around this round table and votes out who they think is a traitor.
Sure.
And it is driving every single one of them insane because they cannot trust anybody.
Yeah.
And it is fascinating TV. It is really, really good.
That is a good
cannot recommend it high enough. It's brutal. I won't give anything away, but the very first challenge, she says they all get out of the cars when they get to the castle. Have not even gone inside yet.
Yeah.
And she's like, I want you to line up in the order of who you think will win.
Okay.
So she's like, put the winner at this end, who you think's going to lose at this
They've
end.
never met each other.
Never met each other.
Yeah.
Well, they've met each other on the train on their way to Scotland.
Yeah.
So they all line up, and these 2 guys stand at the end, and they're like being chivalrous. They're like, okay, we'll stand at this end where we don't think we're going to lose, but we'll stand here to...
Yeah.
And Claudia Winkleman just goes, right, you 2 can go home now.
That's it?
That's it. Out. She sends them both straight home.
Oh, I love it.
Fucking brilliant. Honestly, watch it. It's great. It's great. It's still on. It's not finished yet.
Yeah.
So I think it finishes next week.
Okay.
So there's 12 episodes. There's been 3 a week for the last 4 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah, it's great. And
Awesome.
I
That
never
sounds cool.
recommend reality TV, and it's great.
Cool.
I'm
That does sound good.
a little bit annoyed that we're going out tonight because I can't watch last night's episode. But yeah, I think that's all I've watched because I did 3 episodes in a row on Monday night.
Yeah.
Like 3 episodes on Tuesday night just to try and catch myself up because I'm late to the party on it. It's been on for like 3 weeks.
Okay.
But yeah, and all the people are really they're not like standard reality TV contestants.
Oh, so you've not got like some dickheads in there?
No, you haven't got the Love Island people or anybody
Yeah.
like that. They're all like genuinely. There's like a 72-year-old lesbian. There's a businessman.
Yeah.
There's a woman.
A normal
There's a couple in
cross-section
there
of-
who haven't told anybody that they're a couple.
Okay.
So they're playing the game individually, but also.
Oh, interesting.
But they've made their own little rules.
Yeah.
But it's great. It's really interesting. Check it out. Honestly, I can't recommend it high enough.
Brilliant.
That's it. That's all I've watched because I've been just binging that all week.
Fine. That's okay.
That is okay. Shall we move on and do the real talk?
Yes, but you're going to have to carry this baton on this because I've left my phone in the car.
Oh, you Wally. How have you managed that?
I don't know.
Well, I've got 7% battery on my phone.
Oh,
so
this is going to be...
Let's fly through this.
I like the excitement that we're bringing to this.
What was this week's real talk question, Nick?
Look, it's our sort of final Christmas theme real talk, I think, isn't it?
Yeah.
Easy. What's your favourite Christmas movie?
What's your favourite Christmas movie? Everybody's got one.
Yeah. But this brought up a few questions for me.
Okay.
Because I think my favourite Christmas movie is not what I would say is the best Christmas movie. So
Okay,
I had a
that's
few
interesting.
questions internally of what
You had to ask
I
yourself
would
some questions.
be putting forward for this.
Now run through the Discord first, because we've had quite a few responses on this. So let me run through the Discord. Sam Mulholland came back at us first. Everybody's favourite Christmas movie, Muppets Christmas Carol.
Yeah.
It's got to be in the conversation.
100%.
In everybody's conversation.
It's my dad's favourite.
Is it?
Yep.
Fair play.
And going back to what I said, I think it would be up there for me with the best Christmas movie.
But not necessarily your favourite Christmas movie.
But I 100% acknowledge that is a great Christmas movie.
I think I've seen it a lot less than everybody else has seen it. I've probably only seen it 2 or 3 times.
Okay.
But some people seem to watch it every
Yeah.
Christmas. Wayno responded with, I was partial to Fred Claus, but then the space of it all has tainted it. That's fair. So his answer will be the most wonderful time of the year. Ever heard of it?
No, I haven't.
I haven't either. Apparently, it's a cheesy, slightly naff Hallmark movie that we watched one year starring Henry Winkler. It has potentially the worst child actor of all time in, but without fail, we now watch it every Christmas Eve with a pizza, but no Magnum. What are you doing?
And that's partly what it's about, isn't it?
Pizza and a Magnum.
But your favourite movie.
Yeah.
That what puts you in that? This is my tradition.
This is Christmas Eve.
Our tradition.
People tend to do it on Christmas Eve
here.
as well. You tend to watch your favourite Christmas movie on Christmas Eve and do the same movie every year. I do. Yeah. Every year, I'll come to mine. Where did we go next? Alex came back with It's a Wonderful Life.
Okay.
Again, I think I've only seen that once or twice.
A few times.
Yeah, I might watch that this Christmas, actually. Chris from the Time Shifters podcast, he came back with 1953's A Christmas Carol with Alistair Sim.
Okay.
Not aware of it. Followed by Muppets Christmas Carol would be a second. Fair.
Alistair Sim is pretty much always cited as sort of the best Scrooge.
Okay. Is he the guy who I think of when I think of Scrooge? Is that?
I would have thought so.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Fair. Smileyton responded with Die Hard, but we'll skip over that.
Come to our Discord if you want some Die Hard discussion. I don't think we're going to do it on here.
There's been a lot. I think we did it on here last year and maybe the year before.
Possibly. Look, I'm not going to argue with you if you think it's a Christmas film.
But it just isn't.
But that's not necessarily my take on it. But there you go. You can go and get involved in that in the Discord.
There's been a big discussion on it. Smileyton's just wrong. He's also hit us with Home Alone and Love Actually, which I think fall in the same bracket in my eyes.
Home Alone's a Christmas film.
I don't think it is.
Is Love Actually? I don't like Love Actually. I just don't.
I've only seen that once. I went to cinema to watch it, and I don't think I've seen it since.
I don't think it's aged well. I think there's some problematic issues with that movie nowadays.
That's all of our responses on Discord. Let me move over to Instagram. Now I know how to work it. So I think I do anyway. Twisted Crawlers are an Instagram account for remote control cars. Gone with Home Alone 2 or Elf. I would say Home Alone 2 is more of a Christmas film than Home Alone is, personally.
I think it only feels to me that in recent years, Home Alone 2 is sort of now thought of alongside the first one in terms of how good it is.
Yeah, they're both as good as each other, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which has been interesting
but it feels more Christmassy, Home Alone 2 than Home Alone, for me anyway. Ross responded on Instagram with the Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special was pretty amazing.
Yeah, I watched that a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
I mean, does it count as a film? I don't know.
Probably not.
It's good. Have you watched it?
No, I haven't yet. I haven't got to
Check it out.
I'm going to, though. Definitely going to. Beck came back with Home Alone 2, Muppets Christmas Carol, The Grinch, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation and The Holiday.
That's a
pick
wide
your favourite
range.
Christmas movie.
Yeah, I mean...
Not pick your favourite Christmas schedule.
I like most of those. For me, The Holiday is a bit... lays it on a bit too thick.
I haven't seen The Holiday.
Personally.
Hold my hands up.
You wouldn't like it.
No, I don't think I would. You've responded on here.
I did.
Do you want me to read that out? Or is it going to be your answer anyway?
I think it's going to be my answer.
Okay, I will leave it there then. I think that's all the Instagram results. Let me go to Twitter quickly. Kidnapped by Wizards podcast. They respond.
I love those guys.
I love those guys too. They are great. Our host could never choose without a fight, but I, Master Fenrig, am partial to a bit of Muppets Christmas Carol.
Oh, it seems to be a very
popular winner, choice. I think, yeah. Not Just Any Philosophy Club is another podcast. The Shop Around the Corner from 1940s is a pleasant one.
I'm aware of this movie. I have never seen it.
I'm not aware of this movie, I don't think. But I think that's all of our answers from the socials.
Okay.
Do you want to do yours?
Yeah, I'll go with mine. My favourite, and it is the one that... All those ones we've talked about, I think are mostly great, but the one I make sure I watch every year is National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
That's a great film. I also watch that every year. It's not my favourite. I don't think it's the best, but I do watch it every year.
I don't think it's the best.
Yeah.
And...
It's just so good.
But it's just... It just takes me back to a place... I remember watching it when I was little.
That's the main reason I still watch it. I think my mum would call it her favourite Christmas movie.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure she would.
And just... Yeah, it's that thing of, I'm watching this. It's Christmas now.
Yeah, I don't... I think with even...
Does it matter what the film is to a certain
I think
degree?
that's the thing, isn't it? I don't think it matters how good a Christmas movie is, if that is your tradition and that's the film you've always watched, then that's the best Christmas movie in your eyes.
Yeah.
It could be the worst film ever made. And I don't think any other genre of film does that. I don't think you could watch a terrible horror film and think this is my favourite horror film. Although I would, but you know what I'm trying to say?
No, I get
Halloween,
what you're saying,
I watch this terrible horror movie every year. Christmas just brings it out of people.
Yeah.
Personally, I'm going to go with Santa Claus the movie.
Sure.
It's my favourite. I watch it every Christmas Eve without fail. It's just great. John Lithgow, Dudley Moore. They're just great.
Yeah.
It's just a great
That's
film.
a good choice.
And we decided last week. Was it last week or the week before?
2 weeks ago.
David Hiddleston is the best Santa Claus.
Yeah.
So that's why I watch it. I'll be watching it next Saturday?
Yeah.
Friday?
Yeah.
Whenever
Saturday.
Christmas Eve is? Yeah. Saturday. Yeah, I'll definitely be sitting down and watching that.
Brilliant.
That's my answer.
Good. Thank you for everyone who responded. Good real talk.
Good real talk. Good wave. I think that we might get out of here because we are. I don't want to give you a peek behind the curtain, but we are rushing through these 2 episodes tonight. We've got a table booked in an hour and 20 minutes, and we've got a movie show to do.
Yeah.
So should be fun. We're going to do it. Should we briefly talk about the film that we're doing on Thursday?
Yeah, we're going to talk
Christmas
about
special, the bottom of the stream Christmas.
We're going to
special.
talk about Smart Christmas.
We are indeed.
Which, well, it's a thing.
I think Sam suggested in the Discord today that it might be the most niche film we've ever done. And I
100%.
think it possibly is.
Yeah.
It's a Bulgarian made-for-TV holiday musical.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
It is indeed. And somehow it's managed to find its way onto British Netflix.
Of course it has.
With no dub.
No.
Just in its original form. The subtitles have obviously been added on by somebody. But what a trip.
What a treat.
What a treat. I say musical.
No, it's not. I wouldn't say it's a musical.
We'll come to that.
Okay, yeah. We'll come back Thursday. We'll talk about
Thursday. We'll
Smart
decide
Christmas.
if it's a musical or not.
Yeah.
So yeah, thanks for listening, everybody. And we'll be back on Thursday for the movie show.
Cheers.
Bye.